Littlefoot's lair.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sound check, please. Sound check.
Testing. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper.
Keep going.
I'm Jacinta. I'm an actress. Here in this booth, with no window. Very odd not to see you. Never been in a recording booth with no window. It's very late for a recording session, and it's very hot in this booth with no window. How's that?
Fine, that's good. Now, have you ever done an audiobook before?
Yes, several.
Excellent, so just read who you are and the date to mark the tape, and then it's the script from the top.
Fine, starting now. So, Jacinta Morgan reading here. The date is the 24th of June 2005. Reading now. The Sacrifice of a Flame-Haired Beauty, a Gothic Romance. Chapter 1. It was a dark and stormy night when Bella Valentine finally arrived at her destination. She first saw the mansion from a distance when the sun was going down. It stood atop Ben Gloman. She had been puzzled to see it was surrounded by long pointed structures that appeared like dark scratches on the sunset blooded sky. Just as the day was dying, fierce storm clouds rolled in. The horses of Bella's coach fought ferocious winds, and the driver cracked his whip like a fiend to force the poor creatures onward. Rain lashed the hillside, and Bella could see nothing outside. But then the lightning started, and for a startling moment, not only the house, but the strange things surrounding it were illuminated. The building was surrounded by standing stones, a complete circle of Neolithic monuments, like at Stonehenge, or the Ring of Brodgar in Orkney. The coach driver stopped at the gates of the house, refusing to go to the door despite Bella's protests. "The king himself could not command me to go right up to that place," he said. As if to justify his fear, another lightning bolt lit up the stormy sky. Bella saw the house illuminated again, and it was so much more forbidding close up. Bella had been in many fine mansions, but she'd never seen anything like this. Its high tower commanding, its Gothic arches sinister, its gargoyles hideous, and strangest of all was its ring of standing stones. It was as unsettling to her spirits as the storm. Walking to the house, the wind whipped off her hat and the rain wet her dress, causing it to cling to her hourglass figure. She was shivering from both cold and fear when she rapped the huge brass door knocker, cast in the form of a dragon's head. Servants opened the door and brought her in, but gave her no time to compose herself. Bella was informed that the master of the house wanted to see her immediately. She was ushered down a long corridor adorned by suits of armour, claymores, axes, stags' heads, boars' heads, and heads of goodness knows what. The most disconcerting decoration, however, was a row of ladies' portraits that ran the length of the corridor. Each seemed to be from a different era, and showed the women in a different style of dress. However, each woman depicted had characteristics in common. All had red hair and were exquisitely beautiful. When Bella was shown through an oak door into the grand, high-ceilinged room, she was acutely aware that her own long red hair had been dishevelled by the wind. It hung loose and wild about her shoulders. The wind had disturbed her dress too. Bella was also acutely aware that her magnificent cleavage was more invitingly displayed than usual. Her heavy breasts tingled in anticipation at the attention they... I'm sorry. Oh, so sorry. Hold on.
Do you need a minute?
I'll start again. Apologies.
Ready to go?
Yes. You're not the author, are you?
Does that matter?
No, I just hope I didn't offend you.
I'm not the author.
Good. I wasn't being critical, it's just, very men writing women. I assume it's man. There's no author's name on the script.
Are you ready to begin again?
Yeah. Actually, there's one thing though. Can we bring down the temperature in this booth? It's seriously hot in here.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks.
It's a circle of complicity, Jacinta. We share the burdens and the rewards.
Eh?
The story, it was written by a group rather than one man.
Oh, okay. Starting again from her heavy attention-seeking breasts, without laughing. Her heavy breasts tingled in anticipation at the attention they were bound to receive from her host. Bella's captivating beauty had opened many doors for her and given her abundant freedoms not given to less blessed women. But it brought perils too. Her ravishing looks had drawn as much unwanted as wanted attention. As if answering her thoughts, a male voice spoke from the shadows.
"Ah, Miss Ballantyne, I've been expecting you, though I did not expect you to be so unwrapped a gift."
The great chamber was so large that the fire raging in the huge fireplace didn't quell the darkness at the room's eastern end. It was from that end that she heard the deep, oh so masculine voice and the clack of riding boots on the marble floor. "It was the storm, not my desire, that has left me in such a modest state, sir," said Bella. "And any courteous host would give a guest a chance to make her attire more seemly before demanding an audience."
"Aye, the storm,"
the man's voice boomed.
"Who would have imagined such weather on Midsummer's Night? But it's done great service to your wild charms."
Bella wondered if the master was as attractive as his voice. She quickly scolded herself for such a thought. He came to the edge of where the darkness met light, and she got her first look at him. Not properly. Only his silhouette was revealed by the flickering light. But that was enough to make Bella's spine tingle. He was deliciously tall, with broad, masterful shoulders. The shape of his thigh and calf muscles were fully visible, which suggested he wore tight riding breeches, and in his hands he held something, a riding crop. Bella clasped her hands across her bosom. Her palms felt the thundering of her heart. "Why did you bid me come to Amycus House? What is the meaning of this summoning, sir? Your messenger said you had heard of my quest to clear my father's name. He said that you knew of the whereabouts of a witness, a long-lost aunt, and that she can swear the allegations that he once conspired with the clan MacCulloch against the king is false. He also said that you have the contract that proves the South Seas trade expedition was used to swindle the Ballantynes of our wealth. Is this true, or—"
Wait a minute. Sorry.
Got the giggles again?
No, I thought that I'd got the words wrong, but it's there. Amycus House. That's in the script.
Yes.
I thought for a minute I was speaking from memory instead of the script. That's the name of this building, isn't it?
I suppose so.
So, the author was writing about this building. I mean, it's not the same, obviously. We're in the city, not the countryside. There's no standing stones around here.
Does it matter?
No, I suppose not. It's just odd. Right, where do we start again from?
How about from Is It True? Where the main character realises she's been brought to Amycus House on false pretenses.
Okay.
Is it true, or do you have some other motive?
Did you see the portraits in the corridor, Bella? Did you notice their similarity to each other and to yourself?
I am no fool, sir.
But what does this have to do with why I am here? Everything. And you see the stones that surround this house. They have much to do with your summoning here too.
The mention of the stone's significance turned Bella cold. Standing stones were found all over the country. They were monuments raised by the Picts, the ancient peoples of Scotland. It was thought that they were places of worship, guarded over by their priestly caste, the Druids. Their exact significance was not known, but when Bella was a wee girl growing up in a cottage in Inverness, her grandmother shared old stories. It was whispered that Druids practiced the cruelest of practices within those circles. Blood sacrifice. Goats, horses, bulls, doves, and bears had their throats cut. They were buried alive, or burned alive. Helpless creatures slaughtered so their entrails could be splattered over the stones as offerings. As an animal lover who was devoted to her wee Scotch terrier, Hector, Bella was appalled by such cruelty. I think any significance such stones had have been lost in the midst of time, sir, said Bella. But had talking about such uncanny things set off her imagination. She felt she heard a strange sound coming from outside the room. It was just low enough at first so that it could have been in her mind, but the sound got louder. It was a low moaning, like several human voices in unison. Hum, hum. Ah, good. They have arrived, said the master of the house with relish. What is that? Asked Bella.
I didn't summon you here for my own purposes only, Bella. Your presence here was decided by a circle of complicity. We share the burden and the reward. Those stones, whose significance you think was lost in time, was not. A select few have always known the secrets of the circle's dark magic. Some of my fellow enlightened elect have been making their way to Amicus House for summer solstice. Now they arrive.
The master's words brought a chilling image to Bella's mind. She remembered a sight from earlier in the day. Her coach passed a group of robed men walking by the roadside. She would have taken them for monks, but their robes, which they wore with the cowls pulled over their faces, were midnight black. The symbols on the robe did not look Christian. The sight of them had filled her with deep dread, and now that she remembered them, she thought, excuse me, is this some kind of joke? Hello, can you hear me? I asked if this
is what a joke.
The stuff that I'm reading?
You don't have to like the story, you just have to read it.
I don't mean that. I mean, it seems like a joke on me.
What do you mean?
I mean, I fucking saw people dressed like these men in this story. About 10 of them.
What, today?
No. 2 days ago when I was driving home from Pilates. It was so strange. Miles away, in the countryside, they were lined up along the road.
What, people in robes with the hood pulled over their faces?
Yes.
There's a lot of weirdos out there.
No, this was really creepy. They stared at me when I drove past.
How do you know they looked at you if they had hoods pulled over their faces?
Well, it felt like they were staring at me. And there are other things in the script, the place being called Amicus, and I'm from Inverness, like Bella.
So are a lot of people.
And I have a wee Scotty dog too.
Is it called Hector?
No, 2-pack.
I see. Are you ready to begin again?
I'm serious. I will not be happy if when I leave this booth, this all turns out to be some sort of prank. Because that's what it's starting to feel like.
Jacinta, I swear to you, this is not a joke. It's completely serious.
I'll pick up from the beginning of that bit.
No, I think we got that. Start from the next paragraph, where Bella realizes she's actually in real danger.
The sinister chanting from outside the room was getting louder. Dear God, why have you brought me here?
cried Bella. The dark end of the hallway was becoming lighter as the master lit lamps there, but a proper look at the man was still denied Bella. His tall form was now hidden beneath a black monkish robe.
Why have you dressed like that?
Bella gasped.
Bella, you weren't brought here to help you find a long-lost aunt, because there is no such lady. Nor can I show you the contract you seek, because none exists. You have been brought here for our rights.
Bella backed away.
Do you believe yourself to be some sort of druid? You are insane.
He advanced towards her. The chanting just beyond the door grew louder.
Insane, Bella. The old god's ways are strange and more cruel than mortal minds can comprehend. But if you could see what they can do in return for doing their bidding. My family have suckled on the powers of the stone circle for 1,000 years. It's what our wealth and influence depend upon. And ours is far from the only such family. You would faint if I told you the names of those men outside, Bella. Those hoods hide the faces of the most famous men in our country. But the gods don't give such favors without payment, Bella. They need to be fed.
She could listen to no more. She ran from him. Her luxuriant red tresses flew as Bella sped across the great hall.
She knew not what horrors lay beyond the door, only that she could not listen to this madman's ravings any longer.
He shouted after her.
On a summer night, by our rights, a woman must be brought here. She must be of great beauty with flaming red hair, as were the women the Picts offered to the gods when the stones were first raised. She must have been born on the winter solstice. She must be an only child, and the daughter of 2 only children. Do you recognize those details, my dear? Do you now finally understand? Fuck this, I'm leaving. Do you hear me out there? I don't know what the fuck you're playing at, but I'm not laughing. Answer me. Do you understand? I'm leaving right now. Fucking arseholes. Hey, open this door. How dare you lock this door? Open it. Do you hear me? Open it. What the fuck? Who's out there? Can anyone outside this hear me? Help! Help! Get me out of here, please! Help! Audiobook Uncompleted was written by Richard Montgomery. Read by Rebecca Wilkie. To read this story, click on the link in the podcast description. To read the first chapter of Richard Montgomery's Crowfoot murder mystery, The Drowning Party, click on the link in the podcast video description.